Boss boxes contain everything you need to win at a price you'll like. Visit bossboxes.store, and if you use promo code TAIL, you get 10% off your box. And if you want to give your controller a spot of pimping, visit Fatal Grips, makers of the custom skins and grips you see me using on my controllers. Use promo code TAIL for 10% off. Both links are in the description. Go now! Hello YouTubers and Vidizens, it's TAIL here and welcome back to Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul, where today I was actually getting cracking with some of the scenarios here, like, you know, getting cracking with some of those, but when I got, as soon as I got out of, you know, recording the first video on the full release, which I'll have linked in like a playlist somewhere for you. You can go check my playlist on Train Sim World, where you can check my beta gameplay out as well. But I was looking for the tutorials and I actually found these introductions here for each locomotive, like the AC4400CW, the SE40-2 and the GP38. But which for some reason it didn't make us go through those when I did all the basic tutorials in the last video. So you can, if you want to check that out, I'll have it linked in the playlist for you. And so today I reckon I should do all the locomotive tutorials today. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to start with the AC4400CW introduction. Description: learn how to operate the AC4400CW. Cumberland turntable, Saturday 1st of July, 10 AM. And so, since I don't have anything else to say at the moment, let's bloody go! Stop! Coal hauling, master authentic loading operations with slow speed control in 2 mine locations. Unlock these achievements. Minor achievement at load a coal car and carbon overload. Load 1 million tons of coal. Jesus. How many trains will that? Wonder how many trains that'll take. Right, GE AC4400CW introduction. Here we go.
This locomotive is the AC4400CW, built by General Electric Transportation of Erie, Pennsylvania. This is the workhorse of the sandpatch grade, able to generate a staggering 4,400 horsepower from its motor.
I guess that's why they call it the 4400CW, I don't know. Right.
First off, walk over to the locomotive as indicated.
Okay. Climb on board the AC4400CW. Right, we're on. How do I get... I don't think I can get into the cabin here, can I?
Open the cab door and proceed inside.
Wait, what? That's the door? Well, I never noticed that. I didn't know I could come in the door this way. Enter the cabin, we are in. I never knew there was a door there.
To take control, you'll want the engineer's seat. Head over and sit down.
Well, of course. Right, we're in. Engineer's seat. I'm guessing I gotta go drive over there or something.
Let's get started by letting those around us know this locomotive is operational. Begin by turning the forward headlights control to bright.
That's bright. Okay.
There are 3 key controls to operating this locomotive: the reverser, brakes, and the combined power handle. The reverser determines direction of travel. Put this into forward.
Okay.
The right-hand levers are the brakes. There are separate controls for the entire train and for just the locomotive. Pull the independent brake lever all the way towards you.
Okay. Bail off. Guessing that means release.
We're about to move, so make 2 blasts of the horn to alert anyone around. Remember, safety first.
Yep.
Now add some power, but not too much. Too much power too soon can damage both the locomotive and the cars. Always start off nice and slowly. Pull the throttle lever towards you by 1 notch.
Alright. P1. There we go, notch 1. And we're going. Guessing the limit's still 5 on here, or is it 10? That's 15 there, so guessing once we're out of here it'll go up.
You're moving. Great work. Push the throttle lever away from you to the middle center off or idle position.
Right, idle.
That concludes the basic engineer training on this locomotive, so let's bring it to a stop. Move the independent brake forward a short distance. As with applying power, too much brake pressure applied too quickly can be detrimental to the train and its cargo.
Alright, so let's just stop the independent brake, 33%. It's not going to let us go any higher than that for whatever reason. But I suppose it's, you know, don't use too much brake, but trains are not exactly fast stoppers anyway, are they? Or even just locomotives with just no cars attached to them either.
You've just completed your first lesson operating the AC 4400 CW. There's always more that can be discovered. As engineers, we're always learning and developing our skills.
Well, actually not too pleased by that because, I mean, this game is obviously way more comprehensive than, you know, the TS17 is, and as a result, I've liked to have, you know, seen like, you know, like a tutorial showing how to, you know, start a train up and all that, because you can do that on this game, you know, because you. So, you know, I'd like to see a tutorial on how to start the train up and all that, but. Should I do next? Yeah, let's do next tutorial. See if this takes us to a next locomotive tutorial, or if it, you know, does. I hope it's not like next one down the list, because I know that wasn't the GP38 or SD40-2 tutorial. So I'm just hoping to see what happens here. Obviously, I'll back out if it's not it. Yep, yard switching. This is the wrong one. Right, EMD SD40-2 introduction.
This is a special duty Type 40 locomotive built by the Electromotive Division of General Motors. Known as an SD40-2, this locomotive is one of the most successful designs of all time. A 16-cylinder diesel-electric motor provides a stomping 3,000 horsepower. First off, walk over to the locomotive as indicated.
Alright, we're on.
Open the cab door and proceed inside.
Right. Now, I guess we're going to sit in the seat again, aren't we? At one point.
To take control, you'll want the engineer's seat. Head over and sit down.
Right, we're in.
Safety always comes first on the railroad. So to start with, we need to let those around us know this locomotive is operational. Begin by turning the forward headlights control to bright. There are 3 key controls to operating this locomotive: the reverser, brakes, and throttle. The reverser determines direction of travel. Put this into forward.
Right, hear the engine rev up there as well. Then we're at the brake.
To the left is the auto brake, which applies brakes along the entire length of the train. Let's move this to release.
That's release now.
We're about to move, so make 2 blasts of the horn to alert anyone around. Remember, safety first. Now add some power, but not too much. Too much power too soon can damage both the locomotive and the cars. Always start off nice and slowly. Increase the throttle lever by 1 notch.
Let's do that. Throttle to notch 1. And we're going.
You're moving. Great work. To maintain a constant speed, move the throttle back to its idle position.
Right.
That concludes the basic engineer training on this locomotive. So let's bring it to a stop. Move the auto brake to initial reduction. As with applying power, too much brake pressure applied too quickly can be detrimental to the train and its cargo.
Yeah. Right. Automatic brake, initial reduction. Looks like the brakes are a little bit better on the SD40, so that's good to see.
That was great work. You've just completed your first tutorial operating the SD40-2. There's always more that can be discovered, though. As engineers, we'll never stop honing our skills.
Right, still level 3. Looks like that SD40 is level 2. And Sapatchka is level 3. And now this next tutorial, I think it will be the GP38, because that was the next one down on the list. Why are we doing yard switching again? No, I don't want to learn about yard switching, I've already done it. Alright, EMD GP38-2 introduction.
This is the latest generation general-purpose Type 38 locomotive built by the Electromotive Division of General Motors. Known as a GP38-2, it packs an efficient 16-cylinder diesel-electric motor able to generate 2,000 horsepower.
Alright, 2,000. So it looks like every locomotive's gotten weaker, but weight's more important. Because, I mean, if a train's got less weight to haul, then it'd be faster, even with less power. But no matter, let's just climb on board.
First off, walk over to the locomotive as indicated.
I'm on it. Oh, don't even let me come upstairs until then.
Open the cab door and proceed inside.
Complete towards progress. Okay, yeah, okay. Alright, shut down.
To take control, you'll want the engineer's seat. Head over and sit down.
Alright.
Safety always comes first on the railroad. So to start with, we need to let those around us know this locomotive is operational. Begin by turning the forward headlights control to bright. There are 3 key controls to operating this locomotive: the reverser, brakes, and throttle. The reverser determines direction of travel. Put this into forward. To the left is the auto brake, which applies brakes along the entire length of the train. Let's move this to release.
Right, so are all the tutorials the same? Oh, they are, aren't they? Please, do not tamper with brake valve settings, or your train will explode.
We're about to
Anyway.
move. So make 2 blasts of the horn to alert anyone around. Remember, safety first.
Yeah, yeah.
Now add some power, but not too much. Too much power too soon can damage both the locomotive and the cars. Always start off nice and slowly. increase the throttle lever by 1 notch.
Right, and we're moving again. Why is that spazzing out there? Feet. Mile per hour a minute.
Great work. To maintain a constant speed, move the throttle back to its idle position.
Anyway, let's move that. I don't use the keyboard, thank you, but thanks anyway.
That concludes the basic engineer training on this locomotive. So let's bring it to a stop. Move the auto brake to initial reduction. As with applying power, too much brake pressure applied too quickly can be detrimental to the train and its cargo.
Alright, let's just move the brake to initial reduction. And stop. There we go. Jet's complete.
That was great work. You've just completed your first lesson operating the GP38-2. There's always more that can be discovered, though. As engineers, we'll never stop honing our skills.
Well, it's just we got the achievement, qualified engineer. So I think that's for, you know, completing all these tutorials. But they were all the same. I mean, yeah, but seriously though, on a serious note, I'd like to have seen, you know, them tutorials go more in depth. But I suppose, you know, you got like might have a basic tutorial or a more in depth one. But honestly, I mean, especially considering, you know, these trains have, you know, full start procedure like I mentioned before. It'd have been nice to, you know, see. You know, excuse me, just got a glass of Coke with me. Yeah, I'd like to have, you know, seen, you know, the tutorials, you know, go into details on how to start the train up and everything like that. But unfortunately, they didn't. So I think next time we'll get cracking with some of these scenarios here, and then of course I'll be checking out, you know, the services mode here as well, for definite. But that is going to mark the end of the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like it, just like thoughts. I'm in TL. I'm out. See you next time. Yeah. Hey, just wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to make sure you never miss a video. To be extra sure, click the bell next to the subscribe button so you never miss a video. Also, be sure to follow on Twitter and Twitch at TIL Official. All links down in the description. Click the annotation on the screen to watch my previous video right now.